Everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Shabbat. Um, Robert and I are ready and willing to read Enoch with you guys. We've been excited to get this thing going. So, without further ado, I think we're just going to do it. Unless you want to have anything you wanted to say,
No, let's just do it.
let's just do it. All right, guys. If you haven't seen, if you this is your first time seeing this, make sure you go to the playlist on YouTube, The King is Coming 8, and go to the playlist and watch it from the beginning, guys. And don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get it, Robert. So we left off in 20, right? Um, 19. Did you want to recap on that 19, or did you want to go on and read
Yeah.
20?
Yeah. Okay. Chapter 19. And Uriel said to me, here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits assuming many different forms are defiling mankind, and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. Here shall they stand till the end of the great judgment, in which they shall be judged till they are made an end of, and the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. And I, Enoch, alone saw the vision, the ends of all things, and no man shall see you as I have seen.
Ooh, that's pretty deep right there in itself.
It is, yes.
And no man
So I
shall
never knew.
see as he has. All right, I'm going to do 20.
Okay,
All right. And these are the names of the holy angels who watched Uriel. One of the holy angels, who is over the world and over Tartarus, Raphael. One of the holy angels, who is over the spirits of men, Raguel. One of the holy angels who takes vengeance on the world of the luminaries. So the world of luminaries, Michael. Okay. And the holy angels, wit, he that is set over the best parts of mankind and over chaos, Sacraquel. I don't know if I'm saying all these right. I'm trying, y'all. So, and one of the holy angels who is set over the spirits, whose sin is who sins in the spirit, Gabriel. Interesting. So Gabriel is over the ones who sin in the spirit. Hmm. One of the holy angels who is over paradise and the serpents and the cherubims, Remiel. One of the holy angels who God set over those who rise. Whom God sets over those who rise. Interesting. Have you read anything like that before?
no.
Mm. What'd you think about that?
Well, I didn't. First of all, I didn't know. I know that Uriel and Raphael are. I'm familiar with them from earlier when I read the Book of Enoch a long time ago.
Oh,
But Raguel and Sarah Quayle, I don't know about them. Or Remiel, who's over those who rise. That's all new to me. I
I
mean,
wonder
I
what
don't
that
remember.
means over those who rise.
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I truly don't know, and I wouldn't want to speculate as to what it would mean. Um,
No, but
I know who the cherubim, I know who the serpents are.
it's the honor
Um,
of kings to search out a matter. So
okay,
that's
but I don't until I search it out. I don't really want to say
okay.
what it might be.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's what we're doing here. I thought we
Yes.
were trying to search this stuff out. So I
Well,
just thought
I mean,
maybe I think we might, maybe you this week and I this week until
mhm.
next week. Maybe we can see if we can find any other scripture about the ones who rise from
Right.
Romeo. Maybe there's something more out there.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
okay. So chapter 21 is pretty long. Why don't you read the first 5, 6? So when you get to 6, just read to where it says truth right here and then stop it. Whoops, stop at truth right there. And then I'll, whoops, no, that's a 7. Here, let's do it this way. Stop here. Years,
Okay.
or,
And I proceeded to where things were chaotic, and I saw there something horrible. I saw neither a heaven above nor a firmly founded earth, but a place chaotic and horrible. And there I saw 7 stars of the heaven, bound together in it, like great mountains, and burning with fire. Then I said, for what sin are they bound, and on what account have they been cast in hither? Then said Uriel, one of the holy angels, who was with me and the chief over them, said, Enoch, why do you ask, and why are you eager for the truth? There are These are the number of the stars of heaven, which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord, and are bound here till 10,000 years. The time entailed by their sins are consummated.
mm. And from thence I went to another place, which was still more horrible than the former. And I saw a horrible thing, a great fire there which burnt and blazed, and the place was cleft as far as the abyss, being full of great descending columns of fire. Neither its extent or magnitude could I see, nor could I conjure. Then I said, how fearful is this place, and how terrible to look upon! And Uriel answered me, one of the holy angels who was with me, and he said to me, Enoch, why hast thou such fear and affright? And I answered, because the fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain. And he said unto me, this place is the prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever. So this is
Yes,
the lake of fire, I'm assuming, because it was made for the angels.
right. And that's what is tragic about it. They they never were tempted, that I know of. They chose to do this on their own, and they even conspired to do it. Said, I know we all talk about it, but I'm afraid the leader, Azazel, or he said, I'm afraid I'm the only one going to be taking the fall for this. So they all made a pact that no matter what, they were going to do this. And of course, that now they're committed to hell, lake of fire, Gehenna, forever. The tragedy is not that the angels are going to be there, but that human beings are going to be there because they sided with the evil. And this is what do we do about it? Okay. Uh, it just more so than the Bible, and the Bible teaches. Jesus spoke more about hell than he ever spoke about heaven. But the book of Enoch, shows more graphically what the fate of the human race is if they don't surrender to Jesus Christ. And it's terrible. It's like being an 18-year-old kid sentenced to life in prison in Supermax, you know, with all the lifers. And what are the lifers going to do to an 18-year-old kid? Well, this is what the demons are going to be doing to the people that are there. And this just brings that out even more. It illustrates it even further. So, more than anything, the book of Enoch should be leading us to doubling our efforts to preach the gospel to everybody,
Hmm.
and to say, uh, trying to convince as many people of the need for Christ as possible, because this is their fate.
Yeah,
They're going to share the fate of the angels. So
definitely
it's terrible.
sets a fire in your soul.
It does.
So,
So, but
really quick, I wanted to see something. You, um, whoops, my bad. Um, okay. What was that? I wanted to take a note of that last
uh,
thing.
The
Oh,
rise.
yeah, here it is. Okay.
Serve as the chairman over the holy angels, which God set over those who rise.
And that is Remio.
Yes.
Okay. And then that's where we. All right. Let me. Hold on a second. Whoops. I went too far, didn't I? Okay. This is a long one. So, um, 22. It's pretty long. All right. And there's 14 verses. Um, so you read to right here. Okay. It's your turn.
Okay.
Isn't it your turn?
Yes. Okay. Go back to the top.
I'm trying. Hold on.
Up.
Just give me a second. I'm having a little bit of computer function.
Um,
I lost my mouse. Can't find my mouse.
uh,
I moved all stuff around, and so I'm
uh,
having to scroll with the computer.
I don't mean to laugh, but that happens to me all the time. It does.
Where were we? 22, right?
Yes, 22.
Okay.
And thence
Yeah.
I went to another
Hold on. Give
place.
me a sec. There we go. All right. Just read the screen. What's
Mhm.
on there?
Okay. And thence I went to another place in he mountain and of hard rock. And there was in it 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are the hollow places and deep and dark to look at. Then Raphael answered, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said to me, these hollow places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirits of the souls of the dead should assemble therein. Yea, all the souls of the children of men should assemble there. And these places have been made to receive them until the day of their judgment, until their appointed period, till the period appointed, till the great judgment comes upon them. I saw the spirit of a dead man making suit, and his voice went forth to heaven and made suit. And I asked Raphael, the angel who was with me, and I said to him, the spirit which maketh suit, whose is it? Whose voice goes forth and makes suit to heaven? And he answered me, saying, this is the spirit which went forth from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew. And he makes his suit against him till his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth, and his seed is annihilated from amongst the seed of men. Wow.
Mm.
So this is, I guess, a petition, a suit. I don't know if it's a legal. I don't think it means a suit of clothing, but something legal in which uh, was brought forth against Abel, his brother. I'm sorry, Abel brought it against Cain, who killed him, and Cain and his seed are going to be destroyed, annihilated from among the seed of men. So that's something that I was not aware of,
Okay.
or
Say
I didn't
again.
remember.
Say that again now. The C.
It says, okay, this is the spirit which went forth from Abel, okay, whom his brother Cain slew, and he Abel makes his suit, his lawsuit. I would assume that's what it's saying. Would make his lawsuit against him till his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth.
Ooh.
Whose seed? Cain's seed.
Mm-hmm.
Abel would file a lawsuit until Cain's seed is destroyed from the face of the earth.
Okay.
So,
You want me to read or you want to?
go ahead. Go ahead.
You want me to get read?
Oh, you want me to continue?
Well,
I see where.
I can read. I'll read to lifetime, and then you can read again. Uh,
Okay.
you see where it says 11 lifetime blue?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop there. Then I
All right.
asked regarding it and regarding all the hallowed places, why is one separated from another? And he answered to me and said unto me, these three have been made that the spirits of the dead might be separated, and such a division has been made. for the spirits of the righteous, in which there is a bright springs of water, and such has been made for sinners. When they die, they are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed on them in their lifetime. So when we die, we aren't judged then. We don't get judged till
Right.
judgment day. So there's a
Right.
holding place that the spirits are going. It's called Sheol.
And, right. In Luke 16, there was a place of torment and a place of paradise. The beggar Lazarus was in paradise, and the man who refused to give him anything, not even crumbs of from his table, the rich man, he was in the place of torment. So uh, this might have, I think this has a lot to do with that. Uh, it seems very similar.
Mm.
Uh, anyway, he shall bind them forever.
No, here their
Oh yeah, I'm
spirits.
sorry. Here their spirits shall be set apart in this great pain until the day of judgment and punishment and torment of those who curse forever and retribution for their spirits. There he shall bind them forever. And such a division has been made for the spirits of those who made their suit, who made disclosures concerning their destruction, when they were slain in the days of the sinners. Such has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous, but sinners, who were complete in transgression, and the transgressors they shall be companions, but their spirits shall not be slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from, and I can't see it anymore.
Oh, you can't?
No,
From thence. Can
from
you see it
thence,
now?
yes. Yes. Then I blessed I then oh no, the I blessed the Lord of glory and said, blessed to be my Lord, the Lord of righteousness who ruleth forever.
Okay. Well, I just want to
Yeah,
recap
that's
what you just read. Such has been made for spirits of men who were not righteous but sinners. Okay. I'm just trying to take this in. Who were complete in transgressions, and of transgressions they shall be companions. Interesting. But their spirits shall not slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from thence. This is a lot to swallow.
it is. It's very tedious, as a matter of fact, um, which may have uh,
Mm.
something to do with why it was excised from the Bible in 1883.
Well, it makes sense to me. It's just a very the words. You just have to, I guess.
Well, it backs up the Bible,
Yeah.
and this was written
Amen.
supposedly. I'm trying to say that it was written in 200 BC, but
Well,
Enoch is not dead. So I don't know. There's a
Enoch
lot that
is
I don't.
dead.
Well,
Enoch did die. He was
he
just
was taken.
taken here, and see,
Mm,
he was taken here when it. I think Jubilees tells you what happened to him.
okay.
Um, and we're gonna read Jubilees. We'll get into that.
All right.
Jubilees is like, if you haven't gotten into it, I think I
I
sent you a
haven't.
link to it. Jubi-
You may have.
Jubilees is like a more detailed version of Genesis.
Yeah, it's from the Dead Sea Scrolls, right?
hmm Well,
Yeah.
no, it was in the 1611 KJV, I think. Don't quote me on that though.
Well,
Okay. Whoops.
Enoch was also, but
I went too far, didn't I?
not.
Okay. 23 is where we're at.
Okay. So am I reading or you?
You go ahead and read 23 and I'll read 24.
Okay.
Or,
From thence
yeah.
I went to another place to the west of the ends of the earth, and I saw a burning fire which ran without resting, and paused not from its course day or night, but ran regularly. And I asked, saying, what is this that rests not. Then Raguel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said, This course of fire which thou hast seen is the fire in the west, which persecutes all the luminaries of the heavens.
Mm, okay.
Interesting. I mean, luminaries would be I know they say stars of heaven, but I'm thinking it's angels. But why would they be persecuted?
Remember that part when it said they didn't keep their course?
Okay.
They wandered off of their courses. So, like the Mars, I think there's a couple of wandering stars that wander
Right.
different
Like
places.
the planets.
Yeah, that right. Yeah. So, all right. And from thence, I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me the mountain range of fire, which burnt day and night. And I went beyond it and saw 7 magnificent mountains, all different from each other. And the stone was magnificent and beautiful, magnificent as a whole, of glorious appearance and fair exterior. 3 towards the east, one founded one on the other, and 3 towards the south, one upon the other. So 3 towards the east, 3 towards the south, and they were like upon each other. So I wonder if there's hmm. So south one point, and the deep rough ravines, no one which joined. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. One founded on the other, and 3 towards the south, one upon the other, and deep rough ravines, no one of which joined with any other. Okay, so the ravines, they were by themselves and they didn't join together with any. Interesting. And the 7 mountains was in the midst of these, and an excellent and excelled them. Sorry, guys, and excelled them. These numbers in the middle of here really messes me
Yes.
up.
Yes.
So, and excelled them in height, resembling the seat of a throne. And the fragrant trees encircled the throne, and amongst them was a tree, such as I had never smelt, neither was amongst them nor others like it. It had fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms and wood wither not forever. And its fruit is beautiful. Its fruit, it resembles the dates of a palm tree. I already knew this part. Okay. Palm tree. Then I said, How beautiful is this tree and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, its blooms very delightful in fragrance. Then answered Michael, one of the holy, honored angels who was with me, and was their leader. Your turn.
Okay. And he said to me, Enoch, why do you ask me regarding the fragrance of the tree? And why do you wish to learn the truth? Then I answered and said, I wish to know about everything, but especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, This high mountain, which you have last seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, in his throne, where the Holy Great One, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit, when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness, and also with the fragrant tree no mortal is permitted to touch until the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all and bring everything to its consummation forever. It shall be given to the righteous and holy. Its fruit shall be for the food of the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. Then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the holy place they shall enter, and its fragrance shall be in their bones, and they shall live a long life on earth, such as your fathers lived. And in their days shall no sorrow or plague or torment or calamity touch them. Then blessed, then blessed I, the God of glory, the eternal King, who hath prepared such things for the righteous, and hath created them, and promised to give to them. See, I think that's the tree of life.
Yes, it is.
Uh, yeah, and we cannot touch
Good
it
call.
until the judgment. And it's just the things God. What is it? Paul said, "Eye has not seen, or ear heard, or has entered into the imagination of man the things that God has prepared for those who love Him."
Yeah.
It is such a. And when I see this, even though it's ponderous, it's difficult to get through. It's to read, and I'm a reader, so I should have no problem with this. But it's ponder. It takes me time to say the words, to think about what I'm saying, and so forth. But it's what it's doing is backing up the Bible, like in ways that I never thought of before.
I know.
Uh,
It's amazing.
you
It's ama I never can say
Revelation,
anything else except it's amazing because it does, Robert. It does. It backs up
in the Book
everything.
of Revelation says, the trees which were for the fruit for the healing of the nations, they grow one crop a month, and the leaves are for the healing of the nations. So these are things that I know that we're supposed to think of heaven being spiritual bodies, no blood. It's just flesh and bone, like Jesus was here on earth. But I don't think that's, and I think Enoch backs it up. I think we have body the way we were intended to live on this earth,
Mhm. Well, you
where
remember.
you would eat fruits and
Oh,
vegetables
sorry.
and certain things, and would keep you healthy all the time.
Mhm.
You would never get sick. You would never grow old. You would never grow feeble. Nothing. You would always be the way you are
The
from the beginning, from birth all the way through,
Yeah.
and you would never die. Sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to respond to you about that, and, sometimes you can't tell when you're done talking, there's, like, sometimes there's a lag,
Hmm.
so that's why I went so I wanted you I'm raising my hand to speak. Uh,
Oh, okay.
and so, yeah, that part that you, now I forgot what I was gonna say after all that. Lord have mercy. Never mind.
No, go ahead.
I don't remember what it was,
Bodies living in physical bodies in heaven, actually
oh,
physical bodies on earth,
okay.
never dying,
Yeah, I
never
remember
getting sick.
now. You were
Yeah,
talking about the leaves of the trees.
right,
So, in the when New Jerusalem comes down and sits down in its 15,000-mile radius in the land that's promised to us because we are
right.
Israel, the people outside the gate will be able to get the leaves. They will not have right to the tree of life. It would only help the healing that needs to be done. They will not be able to eat from the tree of life if they're outside the gate.
Well, it said
No, it's if you're not
it says
inside
that
the
the gates.
gate, you do not get the right to tree of life, and that's in
Okay, and
Revelations.
I look at, well, I don't know about I don't think I've ever read that. What I
Well, here,
read
let me pull
was
it up.
that the gates will be opened,
Okay,
and they'll be able to come
let me pull it
in
up. Hold on a
to.
second. No, the gate will be open. Hold on. Dismiss.
Okay,
Hold on. Let me see. Quick navigate. Um, this thing. I don't. Something has happened to my computer, and it's having to. I can't. I can't pull stuff up like I was able to. I think I'm gonna have to
right.
undownload this.
Well, in Revelation 22:14, it says, "Blessed are those who wash their robes, so that they may have the right to the tree of life, and that they may enter the city by the gates. Outside are the dogs and sorcerers and the sexually immoral and murderers and idolaters and everyone else who loves and practices falsehood." So,
Okay. Well,
yeah,
I guess what I was, if you're not keeping the commandments that God feels that you should keep, then you won't have the true right to the tree of life. That's what I should have said. My apologies. Hey, I can be wrong.
yeah. Well, it's not a matter of it's just
Well,
there's a
sometimes we
lot
make
here.
mistakes and don't
That's
get
true.
things right, you know?
That's
We're
correct.
allowed to be wrong. We're
And
human.
New Jerusalem is going to come down, and it's going to be like I heard. Like for example, Jimmy Swaggart said he figured it out, or somebody that he knew figured it out, and he said it would be like placing the northeast corner in Boston, the southeast corner in Dallas, the northwest corner in Seattle. No, 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 it wasn't Boston. It was Minneapolis and Dallas,
Yeah.
Seattle and San Diego. That area would be the size of New Jerusalem, and there would be gates and so forth. But there's a part in here that I wanted to see that I saw that said that they had the gates open, and but that by its light will the nations walk. Okay, this is it, because people think everybody's going to live in New Jerusalem. But it says, I saw no temple in the cities, for the temple is the Lord God, the Almighty, and the Lamb. And the city has no need of sun or moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gives it light, and its lamp is the Lamb. Uh, by its light will the nations walk, and the kings of the earth will bring glory into it. And its gates will never be shut by day, and there will be no night there. So it basically is the gates will never be shut, but they're only the righteous can enter in. So if you're a dog or you're immoral, you're a sorcerer, this or whatever, you're excluded. So, which is what I tell people all the time. You know, you talk about all this inclusivity. Oh, it's great to be. God is not. We want churches. We want to invite everybody. We want to be inclusive. We want. No, no, you don't understand. God is exclusive. Jesus Christ is exclusive. You know, if you are not with Him, you're against Him. That's exclusive. So it's just like joining a
Right.
country club. Unless you measure up
So
certain
let me
certain
let me
financial.
let me read.
Okay,
I think it's pulled up in the studio next. Hold on. Give me a second. You know, I'm trying to studio thing, so I'm not as so we could switch places anytime. All right. I'm being funny. I'm trying to be funny. Okay, so I just want to start. This is Revelation 22. Okay. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward
right.
is with me to give. Huh? Did you say
Every
something?
man according
No, did you
as
say?
his
I
work
was
shall
reading.
be.
Did you say something? I can't hear you.
No, I
Okay.
didn't say
And
anything.
behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So we are going as his work. People think that we're not going to get in. It's not work that gets us into heaven, but it does. Because it takes work not to sin. That's work. So
Well,
I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they might have the right to the tree of life and may enter through the gates into the city. So,
right.
all right. Let me see if I can find that back. I don't know if I can. Let's see. Where is it? Hold on, guys. I'm not quick at this like my lot of people. And it's not. Oh, there it is. I thought I lost it.
Have you ever heard of Jesse Duplantis?
Yes, I do not like him.
Well, anyway, he, like Kevin Zadai, died, and he said he went to heaven, and He said that there, and Zadai said the same thing, and I've heard other people say the same thing, that there are ranks based on what you do on earth, uh, what you do for the gospel, what you do for Christ. You're given certain ranks. You're given certain authorities over certain things. Okay, but most people that just get in by the skin of their teeth, so to speak, they get saved, but they don't really have any works to do. They Never mind. Just forget that.
What?
Well,
Why?
well, no, I'm just saying they don't there's ranks in heaven, and you don't go to heaven, and become a general unless you've done uh, work that merits you to be a general. Most of us would be sergeants or corporals or whatever.
We'll be
But if you're
kings and
extraordinary,
priests.
well, that's true. But
That's what
I'm,
we'll
I'm trying to
be.
use a military analogy so that people can grasp the ranks.
Oh.
If
Oh,
if
okay. Yeah,
you're
gotcha.
Apostle Paul, for example, or Peter, you're going to be in the Pentagon, okay?
Hmm.
But most people that join the army are enlisted. They get in the army and they have to work their way up. So, but where you work on this earth, what you do for Christ is the only thing that's going to matter. Everything else is wood, hay, and stubble. It's going to be burned up. So, whatever you have left over that you've done for Christ, that's going to determine what rank you are forever. So that's at least that's what I've been told.
Mm. Well, from what I read in scripture, it says we will rule with Christ with an iron rod as kings and priests.
That's true, right? But some people look. You're going to be the mayor of a city or a governor of a state.
No,
Uh,
when we die, we are going to be eternal. We're not going to be outside the gates. We're
no,
going to
no, we're
be
going to. I'm
eternal.
talking about like
We'll
during
have bodies
millennium,
that last forever.
right? But I'm saying when Jesus comes back, there are going to be people on the earth who did not die, who survived.
Yeah, absolutely.
They will have produce children, and it will continue to go on. I don't
Yes,
know how
sir.
many, well, 8 or 10 billion people in 1,000 years,
Yeah.
but we who died or we were raptured or whatever you want to say,
Yeah.
we became the Sadiq, the sons of God. We're here in these bodies. We're glorified bodies like Christ was, and we rule and reign with Him.
Yeah.
So that he's in Jerusalem on David's throne, and we're all around the world uh, doing His will
Yep.
in different cities, different towns, different countries, different regions. That's what I've always uh,
Yeah.
Bible study always taught me.
Another
Yes.
study that I saw, the okay, so the fallen were given nations. They had their own, the watchers. They were called the watchers. There was paradise. They had other, they were giving areas to watch. We're going to get their jobs.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
We're going to take over where they screwed up.
Right.
And
Because if you look in
Lucifer,
Ezekiel, I'm sorry.
okay.
Go ahead. What?
And
Lucifer?
Lucifer
What?
can't stand that he is going to have to bow to us. We
Oh, I
will be
know.
greater than the angels. We are greater than the angels.
That's
They
why he wanted to
serve
kill us.
us. We do not serve the angels.
Correct. Correct.
So,
And that's why he was going to do anything other than serve human beings because we're created in the image of God and he's not.
yes, sir.
He's an angel. We're created in the image of God. We're after his likeness. Saint Lucifer was just a created being who had a job and so forth, but he was not created in God's image as we are.
Yeah.
He can't create. Have you ever noticed that? All he can do is imitate.
He
He has no
destroys everything.
creative mind, no imagination whatsoever. He can only imitate. That's why he does what he does. So no, they were never meant to be over us. It's like we will judge angels. We will we will tell them. We will rule over them is what it means. Paul wrote that.
Mhm.
We will have you not even heard that we will judge angels? Well, that's what it means.
Yep.
We are, here's God, here's us, and then here's everybody else.
I want to see how
And
much we
that's
got really quick. Keep talking. I just want to look and
and that's
see.
that's why the jealousy got, he's jealous, because he wanted to rule the earth, and he tricked his way into doing it. But that's why from the beginning of the foundation of the universe, God knew what was going to happen, and he created the universe already having planned that Yeshua would become the Passover lamb to pay the penalty for us, because he died for us. He didn't die for the angels. He didn't die for Klingons or gluons or whatever. He died for human beings.
No, I went way back somehow.
Back up a little bit. Let me see where the heading.
Oh,
Okay,
we're
there's oh yeah, you did. You went back. So
somehow way back.
all right, it's
22 and
22.
26. We're on chapter 26.
Okay,
And as soon as I get there, I don't want to go too fast and I'll miss it.
is that your finger?
Yeah, that's the thing. Me
Yeah,
holding it down
I hate. Yeah, I
hard
know.
and it
I
won't
hate
go
that.
nowhere.
Yeah, I absolutely hate you using that with my finger. The pad.
Okay, so
I
this
don't
is
have
where you
a
just
mouse.
read 25, all of
Yes.
25. So then, blessed and the glory of God, eternal King, who hath prepared. Okay. All right,
Right.
let me see really quick to see if we 26, 27. Okay. These are short. 27. So we got time to, yeah, let's go ahead and make it to 30 tonight.
Okay.
I mean, we got plenty of time. They're really short chapters. I mean, really short, some of them.
Right.
Okay. I think it is it your turn or my turn?
Your turn.
This. Okay, so I'll read 26 and you 27 and then I'll do 28 and you do 29 and I'll do 30 and end it.
Okay. Good.
So we'll just go one after the other. All right, guys. I went thence to the middle of the earth, and I saw a blessed place in which there were trees with branches, abiding and blooming of December tree. And there I saw a holy mountain, and under the mountain on the east there was a stream, and it flowed towards the south. And I saw towards the east another mountain higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow raven. Uh, oh my God, I lost my word. Ravine, and it also ran a stream under the mountain, and to the west therefore was another mountain lower than the former, and a small elevation, three mountains, and there was a ravine, where deep ran narrow, hmm, being formed. I don't know what rand is, um, of hard rock. Do you know what that is? What that means? And
No.
trees were not planted upon them. And I marveled at the rocks, and I marveled at the ravine. Yea, I marveled very much. Guys, I just want to be honest with you. I have um some new stuff in my mouth. I had some mouth work done. So I'm probably gonna be talking funny for a while. So if you don't understand me, sorry, Robert can tell you what I said.
Well, okay. Well, like I said, this is a very heavy and difficult book to read, but I'm determined that we're going to get through it.
Oh, we got
Then I
plenty to
said,
go.
you know, chapter 7, 27. Then I said, for what object is this blessed land, which is entirely filled with trees, and this accursed valley between? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered, this accursed valley is for those who are cursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together, who utter with their lips against the Lord unseemly words, and of his glory speak hard things. Here shall they be gathered together, and here shall their place of judgment be. In the last days there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment in the presence of move it up a little bit, in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall the merciful bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King. In the days of judgment over the former, they shall bless him for the mercy in accordance with which he was assigned them their lot. Then I blessed the Lord of glory and set forth his glory and lauded him gloriously.
Mm. And thence I went towards the east and into the midst of the mountain range, into the desert. And I saw a wilderness that it was solitary, full of trees and plants. A water gushed forth from above, rushing like a copious watercourse, and towards the northwest it caused clouds and dew to ascend on every side.
And thence I went to another place in the desert and approached to the east of this mountain range. And there I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh. And the trees also were similar to the almond tree. Now, I want to take a break right here. I mean,
Okay.
just to interject something. Um,
Okay, hold on. Let
we
me.
know that in the Gospels that the people from Persia came to visit the King of Glory 14 to 18 months after he was born, and they brought with them gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So, if this was supposedly written 200 years before Christ, is that a coincidence or what? Or if it was written 6,000 years ago, when Enoch was the seventh generation from Adam, or between 5,000 and 6,000 years ago, if it was written then, how much more? Is it coincidental? Frankincense and myrrh. Who talks about frankincense and myrrh? And yet, in the book of Enoch, Enoch wrote about frankincense and myrrh. So it just blows me away that people think that, oh well, they just wrote that like like they're trying to say with the scriptures, with the gospel, oh, they wrote that like way after the fact. So after history was already unfolding, then we look at history and then we just write from there and say, hey, look, we did this before history began. It's it irks me
Mm.
that people that people do that. I'm sorry. Now we'll go back to 30 or
No, no,
29.
it's fine. It's fine. You know me. If I have something to say, I will interject
Yeah.
when because you talk more than I do, which is good. It's good.
Well, some would disagree.
Uh, uh, Even when we disagree, we don't. It doesn't bother me
Right.
because we're friends and
Right.
we're just. Okay. I'm such a woman this week.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. So number 29. And thence I went to another place in the desert and approached to the east of this mountain range, and I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh. And the trees were also very similar to the almond tree.
And
Okay,
beyond
then you
these, I
go.
went afar to the east, and I saw another place, a valley full of water, and therein there was a tree, a color, a fragrant tree, such as the mastic. And on the side of those valleys, I saw fragrant cinnamon, and beyond these, I proceed to the east. You want to do another one?
Sure.
You want to stop at 35?
I don't. Well, we'll see.
Let's see.
Okay, chapter
One. Hold,
31.
hold
I
on. Let
saw.
me see it. Let's just stop here at 30. Let's leave it on that
Okay.
number. It's easy to remember.
Yeah, it's because it's tedious and it's tough. It's a tough read.
Hold on. Let me say
So
something really
it's easy
quick.
to get worn out.
Hold on. Let's see if I can get this to work.
And that's all, folks.
Uh, you know,
Mm,
when one of the shows a while back, I had my TV came on during I had put a notification on to let me know when we go live,
right.
and I forgot, and the volume was turned way up, so I couldn't. And I come back. I watched it the other day. It was I laughed so hard at you. You're like, has the rapture happened? It was very funny the way it went, the
Okay.
way you did it, and then I showed up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was hilarious. I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
It was good. Here, let's guys, that has been a real fun show. Just don't forget, please go out of here. Make sure you hit that like button on this video. It helps this get out to other people, so that other people can see it. We're so grateful that you were here. And so next week we will be starting in 30, and we will see you.
31.
I mean, no, uh, okay, 31. So we'll be starting wherever Robert says.
Okay.
So it's all good, guys. We're grateful. We're grateful to be able to do this together. And I will see you guys tomorrow night at 9. I'm doing something on my own. I can't think of it right now because I'm a woman and I'm crazy right now. So I can't even remember anything right now. I've had a very long week. So and a lot has happened, and I'm kind of stressed out a little bit. But if you guys don't mind throwing a prayer up for Robert's family and my family. So Robert, Robert has, you know, we're all humans. We have families, and we all need prayer. You know, there's nobody above needing prayer. If you are, then more power to you. So God be with you guys. And do you have anything you want to say?
No, you said it pretty much all. You all
Okay.
that needed to be said.
Well, we love you, guys. You're our brothers and sisters. Um, may God's face shine upon you. May He bless you and keep you forever. Shabbat shalom, guys. We're gonna end this.